Hello, everybody. See how many of you guys jump on. I am so late getting on today, so we'll see how many of you guys are out there. Talking Midnight Sun today, chapters, 12 through 14. Joanna Bachman in the house. First one here. What's up, Joanna? How are you doing? This is kind of like an impromptu live. Well, I was planning on going live today at 6 o'clock, but you guys, I just got off the phone with Braden like literally 2 minutes ago, and I didn't want to rush the conversation. Usually he can only talk until 6. He was able to talk a little bit longer today, so I was like, you know what? I'll just go live after we're done talking. I'm like, I know you guys will totally understand. So, hey, Courtney, what's up, Charles? Oh no, having a good cry, as in it's a good cry, or just having like a cry? Yeah, Joanna, are you okay? What's up? Oh no, that makes me sad. You know what I'm saying though? Like sometimes cries are good. Is that what you're saying, or you're just like crying? Janelle, is it Selick? Hello, hello. I almost said Clark. I don't know why. Who else is here? Say hello in the chat if you guys are here. We are talking Midnight Sun tonight, you guys, chapters 12 through 14. For those of you who are reading it, I know a lot of you are not, some of you are, but we still love to have you guys here for the combo. Hey, Amy, what's up? Thanks for saying hello. Joanna, Amy, I like your masked emoji. Oh no, I just dropped my lid. Oh no. It's okay. I found the Life and Death book. Wait, Courtney, what's that? What's the Life and Death book? Oh, Janelle is on episode 12 on A Million Little Things. I have one more episode to go, you guys. One more. So I've got to finish that. Obviously, what? Oh no, today's Monday. I'll probably finish it tonight. Honestly, you guys, I'm like, what's one episode? Now that I've been watching like 3 in a row, I'm like, one is so easy. So, thanks, Amy. I know you're so busy. Totally get it. It's the story of Bo and Blythe. E&E Tube is in the house, you guys. They are pretending like they have read the chapters in today's book, but I don't think they have. They say the best chapter ever. Okay, so Mona, what are you thinking? I want to get your thoughts, even though you may not be caught up exactly to where we're at, because you said you just started reading the book. Where are you in the book, and what are you thinking so far about Midnight Sun? So for those of you who don't know, Midnight Sun is a series in Twilight, which is basically the first book of Twilight, but in but basically in Edward's perspective. So for those of you who don't know, that is what it is. And it's a big old book, you guys. I use this as a bookmark. I just do. I don't know. But yeah, we just read, you guys, it's been a couple weeks, and it took me a little while to pick the book back up and start reading it again, because between our shows that we've been watching and soccer practices and all of the things, I have had a hard time having time to sit down and read. But I was able to finish up to chapter 14 today. So I did get that in. Mona, I'm so glad to hear that you're reading it. LLE too. Hey, fan member Charles. Jen Forever, what's up? Great Tomato Girl in the house. What's up? Grateful MC, what's up? Hashtag E-Squad. That's right. Tina, it is the next book of the series. Of the Twilight series? Is that what you're talking about, Courtney? I don't know. I'm sorry. I know it's me. I'm just confused. I read your book behind your back. Didn't think you would know. Oops. Yeah, right. E&E too. I think that if you were to read a book, the last book you would read would be Twilight. Lindsay, hey, what's up? Good job, Ethan and Elijah. Is that Ethan or Elijah? I don't know. It's probably both of them. Courtney. Oh, really, Courtney? Okay, I didn't know there was another one. I did not know. What's that one supposed to be about? I'm like so, I found the life and death book. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up, Courtney, so I know a little bit better about what that is about. Let's see. Between watching my granddaughter this weekend, it was hard. Yeah, it's hard to find. I'm finding, wow, it's way easier to throw on an episode of something and sit and just veg and watch it. But to sit and actually read, like I really have to give myself like a quiet moment to do it. But I love it. I love reading. I really, really thoroughly enjoy it because I feel like it kind of takes me away from the crazy world, the same way that like a show or a movie does as well. That was a fun game of Among Us last night. I know, you guys, that was so fun playing with the Fam Bammers. We played Among Us. If you're in our text crew, you probably got the text with the code, and a bunch of you guys came over and played with us. It was so fun. Courtney, hold on, I will go get it. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Courtney. That was a fun game. I always have my nose in a book. Amy, that's awesome. What kind of books do you read, Amy? Yeah, I played on Danny's crew. Oh, that's awesome. I joined Danny's crew later on after our crew started dwindling. I ended up getting on there, I think, for like maybe 1 or 2 games. We should play Among Us again, you guys. If we have time tonight, we will totally send out another code so we can all play. That was so fun. Charles, that's funny. Can't be suspicious. This weekend I'm off watching her, so I'll be reading a lot. Okay, cool. So hopefully you'll be able to catch up to where we're at. I was in bed when you guys were playing Among Us, so I didn't join this time. Next time for sure, Jen. Any plans for Danny's birthday? You guys, I've got some things that are kind of up in the air, so we'll see. We'll see. But yes, definitely plans. Just don't know what they are yet. I read all kinds of books, actual books, and books on my Kindle. Oh, that's awesome, Amy. Okay, so for those of you who are reading, and I don't even know if everyone is here who has been reading this because I did just kind of go live. I was supposed to go live at 6, so I don't know how many people who are actually reading it will be here tonight, but you can kind of watch on the playback. These chapters basically covered, I feel like these chapters are still kind of covering like Edward trying to get to know Bella. Like he's literally just said, okay, I want basically a whole day, whole 24 hours where I can just ask you questions. So he's doing a lot of things to just still get to know her because it drives him nuts that he cannot read her mind. So there's been a lot of that, like just getting to know Bella and where she is from, like because she came from Arizona. So she's been talking a lot about like what her home was like in Arizona, what her mom is like, and all of that stuff. So that's been kind of cool to listen or to read. Oh, Jen Forever, would you rather read the book or listen to it? I prefer reading just because I feel like if I'm listening to it, I like totally tune out and I miss so much. If I actually force myself to sit down and read, I feel like I get more of what's going on in the book. I'm watching a show with a 20-year-old and do my hair. I'll keep the live going, but I have to. Yes, Grape Tomato Girl. Well, thanks for coming in and saying hello. How far are you into it? Mona, we just finished up all the way through chapter 14. So we will be starting chapters 15, 16, and 17 for the next reading assignment. So the next time we meet together, which will hopefully be next week, or maybe I'll give it one more week for everybody to get caught up. We will be all the way through chapter 17. I thought that was a cool idea you sent for us. Spam members can do for him. Oh, yeah. You know what? You guys, if you have ideas for Danny's birthday, let me know. I have some, but I do think he's going to end up working in the morning on his birthday. He couldn't rearrange the schedule. So I do think he's going to have to work a little bit, which might give me some time to set some things up while he's out. Nancy Drew, that's awesome, Janelle. How'd your letter turn out? You know, funny you should say that. I literally, boom, 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 have it right here written out, and I need to get it in an envelope and mail it out. And it was actually, weirdly, Joanna, very therapeutic. I actually really love doing it. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm doing a challenge over on Instagram where I am doing things every week to break out of my box, which basically means to come out of my comfort zone. And I'm doing a new thing each week. This week, I am doing, sorry, I'm going way off topic, but I'm waiting for some people to pop in that have read the book. Oh, good, Danette, you're here. I was actually waiting for you to come in because I know you've been reading it. We haven't really talked too much about it yet, but we're getting to it. So yeah, the thing that I'm doing this week that's kind of out of my comfort zone because I'm so bad at like letting people know like my emotions and stuff, I decided that I'm going to write a handwritten letter every day this week to a family member, a friend, or people who don't live near me that I don't feel like I always let them know how I feel about them. And so that is a challenge I'm doing this week. And today's was the first day of that, and I did my grandmother. So if you guys want to follow along with that challenge, that's over on my personal Instagram, which is Tina_Phillips_. Let's see. Thank you, Great Tomato Girl. I'm listening to it while I work since I am a workaholic. Susan, that's awesome though. Like, some people can listen and catch everything. I just feel like I zone out. Sometimes I'll be fine because I'll listen to podcasts and stuff and I feel like I get the gist of it. It just depends what I'm doing. So what do you think? What did you think of these chapters, Susan? What did you think? Or Danette, have you read up till, let's see, I've read all the way through 14. So let me know your guys' thoughts. What did you guys think about these last few chapters? Hey, Rain, no worries. Oh, okay. So for those of you, Courtney, okay. So Bo and Blythe are Jacob's parents. Apparently, Courtney is saying that she just got the book. So there's a book of Bo and Blythe who are Jacob's parents. That will be very interesting. And Courtney, is that written by Stephanie Meyer as well? It's got to be, right? You should have had someone call for a job that had to pay you well. State, it's so much special. Yeah. Amy, I saw you have a new video. I have not watched it yet, but I did see it pop up in my notifications. Let's see. Give Tina a thumbs up. Yes, you guys, if you're here in the chat, please give this live a thumbs up. That would be so awesome. Okay, Jackie says she liked these chapters. What did you like, Jackie? What did you think about them? I was just kind of talking a little bit about how I felt like these chapters were like just more chapters about Edward really trying to get to know Bella even more because he's just trying to like dig into her brain since he just can't read her mind. So Jeanette, I have read them, but I actually read them 2 weeks ago. I know that's my fault because I've literally just been so off my game lately, but I'll get better. I promise. Happy birthday, Sienna. Okay. So that's kind of so the first few chapters, I have to take notes because I will forget, especially since it's been a couple weeks since I've read, like I read a couple of the chapter or like, I read the first chapter like 2 weeks ago, like you did, Danette, and then like the last 2 chapters just recently. So, oh yeah, Mona, I hear that. I get in those modes too. Totally. I'm trying to remember what they're about. Okay, so the first chapter was kind of talking about a little bit. Do you guys remember how Emmett and Edward, they had a plan for Angela? Remember Angela and who was the boy that likes her? I can't remember. And they were trying to set that whole thing up. Anyways, that was kind of how it first started. And then, I'm trying to remember. Oh, you know what really stuck out to me? Sorry, I was reading my notes. Oh, yeah, this is what happened. What really stuck out to me, because I've been kind of waiting for Jacob to come into this whole thing. And I'm been very curious about what Edward would think because obviously he can read Jacob's mind. And Jacob did come in these chapters. I think he came in chapter 13. And it was just like a brief moment of him being able to read Jacob's mind. Now, remember, this is before Jacob has become like really, like before he really even knows anything about the werewolf stuff. He kind of thinks it's just like a made up story that is not really true. Oh, you're through 17, Danette. Okay. Okay, just chime in when you know what we're talking about on some of this stuff. So anyways, I actually took a picture of the part in the book that what he said about what he felt like Jacob's mind was like. And I thought it was so interesting. Oh no, did I take a picture? It was big. He said, okay. He said there was something very engaging about Jacob Black's mind, pure and open. It reminded me a bit of Angela's, only not so demure. I felt suddenly sorry that this particular boy was born my enemy. He was the rare kind. He was the rare kind of head that was easy to be inside, restful almost. Now, I just thought this part was interesting. So that's Edward's thoughts on his first, like, being able to read Jacob's mind. And I just thought that was so interesting because I would be curious to see what Edward thinks later on when Jacob becomes like the wolf and stuff, because there is a huge difference between the two Jacobs, like the Jacob before he knows all the stuff that's going on, and then the Jacob when he becomes a werewolf. And all the ways that he described Jacob's mind, I'm like, that is not the Jacob that we know, like majority of how we know Jacob, because we all know like he turns into the werewolf and becomes a little bit more abrasive, a little bit more angry, obviously, because that comes with being part of sorry, I'm pulling my notes back up. That's what comes with being part of the wolf. And it almost in a way made me kind of sad because I'm like, man, like his innocence was taken away because he had to, part of the legend obviously was these guys have to become wolves. As there becomes more vampires, there becomes more wolves. And he ended up having, you guys all know the story. So I just thought it was so interesting to hear Edward's perspective on Jacob and what his mind was like. And I've been waiting for that. I'm like, I'm so curious what he's going to think about being inside of Jacob's mind. And I found it very interesting that he found his mind to be restful, almost innocent-like. And it made me a little bit sad because I'm like, that's not how it stayed. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Let's see. Yes, Jackie says, I liked how we got to know more about Bella and how he finally met Jacob. Yes, honestly, that was probably my favorite part of this whole section, these few chapters, was the Jacob encounter. Even though it was like a tiny bit of what it was, I was very like intrigued by what he thought of him. Yes, Danette says, but I got the impression that Edward didn't know Jacob. I don't think he does know Jacob fully. I think he knows more of Jacob's like family and the past and the, what do you call it? They have the, crap, you guys, my words are hard. Somebody read my mind. What is that thing? They have like that pact. I know there's a different word for it, but they have that pact where they're not allowed to like cross into each other's boundaries and stuff. And so, tribal council. Is that Survivor? Sorry, that was a treaty. Yes, thank you, Danette. I knew someone would read my mind. And so they had this treaty, and so I don't think that Edward really even knows Jacob. That might have been it seemed to me, like you said, that this was his first time, like really, like, oh, this boy, like he didn't know him. So I thought that was interesting too. Yes, Jacob will be more angry. And that's what I'm curious if she'll come out with another book, or if even it'll touch on this later on in the book. If we see that side of Jacob, if we see Edward inside Jacob's mind, with Jacob being any different. I don't know if this book will cover it, but I'm curious if it doesn't, if she'll come out with the next book and we'll get kind of, I would be interested in that. He never met Jacob until the night. Jacob changes a lot over the books. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Like, he didn't really get to know Jacob like the Jacob we knew when Bella first met Jacob. I think you're right. I think he gets to know Jacob, like in the other books and stuff, he gets to know him later on when he's already starting to become a wolf and get kind of crazy. Mad and angry, yes. I like the chapters. I thought these were good chapters too. Probably because Jacob does know what is in store for himself. Doesn't know. Right, exactly, Danette. He doesn't know yet. He's like just this innocent mind. Like I said, it almost made me sad because we know what's going to happen to him. We know that he ends up changing and gets a little bit more crazy and angry. And so it kind of made me sad because I'm like, oh, he kind of is going to lose his innocence in his childhood. And I don't know. Because Jacob doesn't know what is in store for himself. Yes, it was so good. I liked that part in the original Twilight book when they finally met. Yes, Jackie. I'm trying to remember, where did they actually, when they first time they met, where was that? Was that at Bella's house? I'm trying to remember. Yes, exactly, Susan. I totally agree. What do you like about the chapters? Can I get a shout out, please? Hey, Sienna. Yes, happy birthday. So I really liked that part with Jacob. And then, oh, the other part I really liked is, okay, so when when Edward was kind of questioning Bella, like he had the 24 hours to kind of question her about anything so that he could get to know her. And he asked her about like her previous dating life and what her dating life was like. And she hasn't really had one. And so I thought that was interesting. I mean, I'm not really surprised because just like basically that she didn't really have a dating life. Like she was never really interested in anybody. And he was kind of surprised by the fact that no one really ever asked her out. And she was just, I feel like she is like an old soul in a young body. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting that sense. I kind of got that sense before, but I think even more now, like through Edward's eyes, I see it even more that she took care of her family. She took care of her mom. Her mom's kind of wild and free and can't sit still type of person. So she would be at home and Bella would be at home and like take care of things at home and stuff. And so she didn't really have a dating life. Like she didn't really go out and date. But the interesting thing that I found, and I don't know if this was in the other books or not, I probably have forgotten a lot of things, but was that Edward has never had anybody that he's loved. And so he said that he said that they were each other's first love. He said, he's not sure yet if she's in love with him, but he was just saying like that would be interesting if they were both each other's first like loves, which I thought was very interesting. And he also told her that his dating life has been kind of the same. Like he hasn't really dated anyone other than Tanya being interested in him. That was basically like the only experience he has had. So that was very interesting to me. Yes, Danette. Also, both Jacob and Edward will be more protective of Bella. So true. Wait until Jacob imprints on Edward and Bella's daughter. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't even know how that's going to go. But I would love to get in Edward's mind when all of this stuff is going on. Like when all the drama really starts unfolding, I really want to be in the mind of Edward and see his thoughts, because being in Edward's mind is also being in Jacob's mind because he can read Jacob's mind. And so I think we'll get more of a sense of Jacob and where he's at too. I'm doing good, Butterfly Jen. Thank you. Yes, she is more of a recluse and homebody. She is. Who here is like that? Are you guys like homebodies, or are you guys more like you have to get out and do things? I feel like I'm kind of both. Like if I've been home too long, I'm like, okay, I need to get out. We need to go out and do something and like do something fun. But there's definitely times where I feel like I just like to be at home, chilling with the kids and hanging out. They are soulmates. I think so, Courtney. Obviously, we know like where the love story goes, but it's just interesting to see it from Edward's perspective. Yes, Jackie. Edward mentions that he wanted to meet Bella's mom to see the person who made her who she is. Yes, I did like that part. I did like that. So he was very set on wanting to meet her mom. Danette, that's what I was thinking too. I was wondering, I'm curious where this book will end too, and how much of the story we get. Like, will we go through the whole, those bad vampires coming? What are their names? I'm drawing a blank. Veronica, is it Veronica and the other dude? I'm curious. I'd be curious. I don't know. Like, I really like reading Edward's perspective because, like I said, you're not only in Edward's mind, Edward can tell you what the other people are thinking too. So I would be curious what happens with, oh, it's Victoria, right? Victoria. What happens with like Victoria and like what's in her mind and what's everything going on there. Like there's just so much I feel like we can gain from Edward's perspective. Okay, I'm both, mixture of both. Homebody, I'm both homebody. Okay. Hi, Riley. I'm 70-30, more homebody. Okay, I'm actually more of a homebody. A lot of homebodies up in here. Danette, I'm a homebody, but I do need to get out too, but I work from home and at home a lot. Yeah, I could see that. I work from home too, obviously, like majority of the time. So I'm definitely a homebody, and I like to be home with my family and hang out, but definitely have those moments where I'm like, I need to get out and just do something. 90-10 homebody wins. Yeah. A lot of homebodies here, which I'm glad because that just means we can all watch movies together and read forever. Honestly, I'm both, but now since COVID, I'm a homebody. I know we're all kind of homebodies at this point, right? I try to get out of the house once a week to get out. Yeah, that's good. Vitamin D, you guys, get some sunshine on you because that's important. Homebody hate people. Charles, don't hate people. Maybe hate being around them, huh? Sometimes it's true, though. Sometimes there's big groups and you're like, just not feeling it. I feel like the movie and other book made Edward seem more confident. I agree, Tammy. I actually agree with you on that. I feel like this book, you definitely get a sense he seems a little more weak in this book because you really hear his thoughts and his insecurities, which I kind of appreciate, but at the same time, I did kind of like looking at him like he was like invincible. You know what I mean? Which he kind of is, kind of. But I agree with you. I do think this book, obviously you see his insecurities more. So I like that, but I don't at the same time. Yes, Danette, usually need a good Target run. We all need that. But do you get the popcorn afterwards? Because Target popcorn is the bomb. Janelle, how are the kids doing in school? They are doing awesome. Their grades are amazing. They're killing it on online school, you guys. But let's be honest, they just want to go back. I think most of them all are just ready to go back to regular school. If I stay home for too long, though, my thoughts run wild. Joanna, yes, I could see that. I literally have been like when the whole shutdown began, I was like in my own head all the time. I totally can see that. And you almost have to force yourself to go out, go for a walk, go for a hike, like go do something. Otherwise, your mind can get the best of you. I agree with that. I read when I'm bored. Agree, Tammy. Yes, agree. Yep. I agree with Tammy on that too. I can't believe this has been, I know, it's so awesome, Lindsay. Family members are the best. They totally are. Okay, I'm going to see if there's anything else I'm missing. Oh, that's the other, speaking of, I keep doing that. I look at my phone, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I take notes because otherwise I would forget a lot of this stuff. So a lot of in these chapters too was Edward's fear of Bella seeing him in the sun. So she hasn't seen him in the sun yet, apparently. So like the whole sparkle thing, which who thought in the movies that was the corniest thing ever? I was like, they did such a bad job with that. But he is so nervous about her seeing him in the sun for the first time because he said that when he first saw Carlisle in the sun, so Carlisle was the first person he saw, or first vampire he saw in the sun, and it freaked him out. And so in his mind, he's like, if it freaked me out, like it's gonna freak out Bella. And so he is so worried about like letting her see him in the sun. Let's see. Joanna. Oh, no. Hold on. Absolutely on the target. Popcorn. Yes, Tanette. It's the best. It's so good. Joanna, I'm here if you need someone to talk to you. Yes, Joanna, I hope you're okay. I'm tired of being at home. Janelle, I hear you, girl. I was lucky I had to work because I'm an essential worker, so that got me out of the house. Yeah, Susan, that's good. Good for, it just affects people's mental health to be home, honestly, to be home 24/7 and not see the light of day. Fan members are the best. I'm an essential worker and love the support. Amy, you've been amazing through all this. I can't even believe how much you work. Thank you, Susan, for being on the front line. Yes. I have to take notes on a million little things or I will forget. Paused watching to join this live. I'm on episode 16. Grateful MC, so we still have till Wednesday, so you're almost there. I watched all the way up till 6 to 16 last night, and then it was like 1 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I better go to bed. So we will talk about that on Wednesday, but I'm excited to watch the last episode to see what happens. Glad I can go for walks on our property since we live out in the country and have 3 acres fenced off. Wow, that's awesome, Amy. That is so cool. I would love to have land. I just think that would just be so awesome. I would deal with being in a smaller house to have a lot of land. I just would love it. It is a weird thing about the skin in the sun, not monster-like, not scary. Yeah, right, Danette? Like, it's not like in the movies and in the books how they make it sound like he just sparkles in the sun. So to me, I'm like, why is that scary? Like, it's not, but he's so nervous about her seeing it. So it's very interesting. Oh, Amy, you're going to come out on the other end stronger, though, for doing it. Like, you really are. You're going to be like, dang, I got through that. Like, it's going to strengthen you. I have 2 more episodes to watch of A Million Little Things. Awesome. So everybody's almost done. Ooh, then we can talk about it Wednesday. I'm excited. Do you like the book or the show? No, the book to me, books most of the time to me are always better than the movies. Just because there's more detail, you get to know the characters better, things like that. But I will admit, I do love the Twilight movies. I do. I love them, and I will still watch them. As corny as they are, I still really like them. I'm ahead of you guys in the book, and I feel like the next chapters do not follow the first books or movie, which kind of bothers me. Oh no, Tammy. Okay, I'm interested. Okay, so that was just to kind of end the chapters. Was anybody else confused by, or can someone explain to me what Alice meant when she said, let's see. So she had her vision about something. So 14 doesn't really discuss what her vision was about too much that's coming up. But in the book, she says, Edward, I love her, Edward. What does that mean? Like, what does she mean by that? Did anybody else like catch on to that? Maybe I need to read more into it to see. Hey, bud. Oh, okay. Please let me know because I have no idea. Oh, Danny's in the house. What's up, baby? I got my secretary here. What did he say? Let's see. Son, he looks different. He doesn't want to be different. Oh, I could see that. That's probably true, Jackie. Like he need something else? Can you hand me that one? Oh, yes, sorry. Here you go. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm not sure either what she meant by that. Yeah, I was so confused. Maybe I need to read. Well, Danette, you've read ahead. Oh, he just shut the lights off in here. You've read ahead, so I wonder, it must not explain that too much, but I'm like, what does she mean by, like, she loves me? This was Alice saying this. She loves me. What does she say? Edward, Alice protested shrilly. She loves her. She says, I love her, Edward. And then Edward's like saying, but she didn't love Bella the way I did. Her vision was preposterous, wrong. She was blinded somehow, seeing impossibilities, lies. So I'm like, what are they talking about? Am I the only confused one on this? Because I'm not really sure what that meant. Danette's not sure either. Yes, Amy, we will for sure be doing some Hallmark Christmas movies, for sure. We have to. And that's the thing, is we could do one where we do like a movie one night and then we talk about it the next day. I'm totally cool with doing like even movies. Yes, Secretary Danny. What does that mean? Danny says it means I need to read the book. Susan Norton's completely confused too. I'm so confused. I don't understand it. I don't understand. What's the question? I just read it. So basically in the book, Alice says this to Edward. After she sees a vision in her mind, she says, Edward, exclamation point. I love her, Edward. And then Edward is saying this in the book, says, but she didn't love Bella the way I did. Her vision was preposterous, wrong. She was blinded somehow, seeing impossibilities, lies. I don't know what that means. I'm so confused by it. If someone could explain that, that would be great. She's meant to be friends with her. Yeah, but then, like, she is meant to be, which we already know, but why is Edward freaking out about it? You know what I'm saying? Google is a great place. We should. Danny, can you Google that, please? Alice can see that they will become like sisters. Her and Bella will grow to love each other. Yeah, yes. So I know that happens. I'm just curious why Edward is so worked up about it, I guess. Maybe that's my confusion. Oh, I didn't know Twitch from the Ellen Show was in a Hallmark movie. Which one? He's a good dancer. I think because Edward doesn't want her to be a vampire. Oh, that's true, Danette. Like, maybe that's the vision he saw in her mind, was her becoming a vampire. Actually, I think it does touch on that a little bit. That could be why then. Because he all the way through does not want her to become a vampire. It was just an old vision, no longer valid. Everything has changed since then. Alice, okay, here we go. Alice's thoughts were in command now. She shoved the picture I couldn't bear back into the forefront of my mind. I love her, Edward. I won't let you just ignore this. We're leaving and we're going to work this through. I'll give you till the end of the period. Make your excuses. Okay, so I think you're right, Danette. I think it's more she's, I don't know. Maybe I need to read it more into the next chapters. That doesn't sound like English to me. I know. Oh, Daddy just put a link. Someone click on that. What does that say? Because Edward thinks he is a monster. Yeah, that could be it too. Because the sister eventually will have to be a vampire. He doesn't want her to become like him. Yeah, that must be what it is. All right, bye, Riley. Eventually she will have to be a vampire. He doesn't want her to become like him. I think that must be what it might be alluding to. Okay. At least that's what I'm going to say. I already put 20 things you need to know about Alice. Oh, babe, you're the best. Might help her understand her more. Okay, that's awesome. It gives you Alice bio. Oh, goodness gracious. That is awesome. I think you guys are right, though. I think it's more she's seeing that she's eventually going to be a vampire, or that Edward, or maybe her vision is that Edward, she sees Edward killing her, but maybe she hasn't seen the part yet where she becomes a vampire. So she's saying, Edward, I love her. Like, you can't kill her. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. I probably obviously need to read more into these chapters. Oh, he is hoping to scare her enough to make her leave, and Alice doesn't want that. Ooh, Tammy, that might be what it is. That might be what it is. Okay, I can see that. Danny, you would love a jar of my homemade cowboy candy I'm making right now, aka candied jalapenos. Ooh, that sounds good, Amy. Adventures in Love and Babysitting. Ooh, I'll have to check that one out. Because to be sisters, eventually she will have to be a vampire. He doesn't want her to become like him. Ooh, you're right. You're right. I bet that's what it is. I mean, we've known that, but I just thought it was such an interesting take. I don't know. I think I maybe read it wrong or read too much into it. I'm not sure. Even my little brother liked it, and he never likes Hallmark movies. Okay, cool. We will have to check that out. Remind me again, Danielle, and maybe we can do that as one of the movies coming up closer to like Christmas time. But all right, you guys, any final thoughts on these chapters? I thought they were great. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of sad that it took me so long. Oh, wait, real quick. The other thing I really, really loved was the moment with Edward and what is her, Esme? Is that how you say it? Esme, his mom. I really loved that he went to her, and it was like she was like such a motherly figure to him, because it really talks about in these chapters too how he didn't really have a child, like he doesn't really remember anything from his childhood. So I think that he really looks to her as his mom. And so I thought that was really cool when he went to her and they were kind of talking about the whole Bella situation and how she was like, I know you won't hurt her. And she like hugged him, and he just felt like a little kid again when she hugged him. And I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, I really loved, those are like the moments we didn't see from Bella's perspective. So I thought that was really cool. I really liked seeing or reading about that. Yes, Tammy, I agree. Tammy said, I feel like this book has given me more insight to his family. I agree. Like the family dynamic, Rosalie, obviously we know she's always been a little butt. And she continues to be a little butt in these chapters too. And I'm just like, oh, just you'll feel so much better if you just drop the bitterness. But yes, Danette, next chapters 15 through 18. My goal is to go live on Monday. So if you guys can finish 15 through 18, we will discuss it again on Monday. And then remember on Wednesday, we will be talking about the rest of the episodes from A Million Little Things. I have one more to watch tonight, and then we will talk about it Wednesday. Among Us tonight, we will try. If we have time, you guys, we will throw the code out for Among Us tonight. Yes. Want to play with you guys? Okay, sounds good. Thanks. Okay, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining the live. Especially, I know a lot of you guys aren't reading the book, but still thank you for being here and participating in the conversation. I'm just really grateful that you guys are here. Joanna, prayers to you. Hope everything is okay. Love the mom-son relationship between them. Yes, Danette, I thought that was such a sweet moment. Thank you, Grateful MC. Good seeing you here in the chat. All right, you guys, we will see you on Wednesday. I will be going live at 6 o'clock to talk about A Million Little Things. So we'll see you guys then. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for being here. Bye.